DMs, my Instagrams, okay? I'm trying to hit 10,000 followers on my non-ASMR Instagram, which is Julia X Babe with 2 E's. I'm at like 8,000 something. And I am trying to hit 1,000 followers on my ASMR Instagram, which is ASMRXbabe_. I don't post on it enough, but I'm trying to get to 1,000. So goals for me: 100,000 TikTok, 10,000 Instagram, 1,000 Instagram. Okay, so if you want to help me, if you want to support me, okay, any of those things is so appreciated. So today I'm going to be doing part 2 of my Q&A. Since the first one was so well received, it did really well. Technically, position where I was probably making like way more than all my friends, and now I might not be, at my corporate job, but I have to kind of sit back and trust the process. I know that I'm enjoying the work that I'm doing. I'm in a good company. I'm getting good experience. I'm getting my MBA in the fall, which will ultimately help me, get a higher salary, whatever. So I know that my turn will come, right? And that I'm on the right path. And so enjoying the journey is an important part of that. Because if you're not content and you can't enjoy the journey, then that's a bigger issue. Same with housing, right? At this point, I don't really have any friends that live with their parents. Everybody pretty much around 30 stopped doing that. But not too long ago, I had friends that still live with their parents, friends that were renting apartments, running homes, owning homes, whatever. Two of my best friends own a home, and I don't. And a goal of mine is to own a home with my husband, but we're just saving until we can do that, and I know it will happen. So just having some patience and enjoying and doing the right thing on that journey is the best way, because that reward will taste even sweeter when you get it on your own and you're doing it for you versus trying to keep up with the Joneses. You're never going to be able to keep up with the Joneses. There's always going to be somebody doing something that seems better, whatever. You don't know what it is that you're doing that they might be comparing themselves to or jealous of or whatever. And it's just a waste of your time to do that. So, okay. And what advice do you have for girls in their early 20s or just starting out in life? I mean, I feel like I answered this kind of in the other Q&As multiple times, so I'm gonna leave that question. Okay. If you could go back in time, is there anything that you would change about your destination wedding in Jamaica? Fun fact, my anniversary is tomorrow, March 24th. Today is 2 years from the white party, which I posted clips from on my Insta story today, so go follow me. You can look at those. No, there's nothing I would change. That was one of the best weeks of my life, and it was amazing. There was things that were out of my control that I wish would have gone slightly better. Some timing issues, an issue with the violinist, them giving me the wrong wedding cake, etc. But that's nothing to do with me. So honestly, no. Loved the resort, my itinerary, the theme, just everything. Everything's perfect. I truly mean that. Okay, I swear I answered this, but I don't think I did, unless somebody asked the same question on 2 different platforms, whatever. I'll be quick about it. My job is I work on the corporate marketing team of a life sciences and pharma consulting agency, if you will. I do not have any pets. Least favorite thing about where I live. Least favorite thing about where I live. Not much. I definitely answered this before, but I forget where. The weather getting freezing sometimes. I don't know. Okay. Next one. What was your most embarrassing moment, if any? Oh God. I mean, I'm sure I've had many embarrassing moments, but there's not one that comes to the top of my mind where I'm oh my God, that was the most embarrassing thing ever. I'd have to think on it. I mean, probably so many things I've done while drunk and then was reminded of the next day. The best place I've traveled so far. I feel like I answered this one too, but a lot of you guys ask similar questions, so hopefully you just ignore or enjoy nonetheless if I am repeating questions. Favorite place I have traveled to so far? I think Aruba. cliche and like people don't actually do it, but sometimes like I need to like chill with the TikTok scrolling because, and I don't do it like during the day, like I do it at night, but still, like sometimes it's just so much and it's so quick, and we're getting so much information told to us all at once, and it's just a lot. Like people were just not made, like we're just overstimulated 24/7. So I need to be on social media or in front of like screens, like work and social less, TV and movies, watch it for 15 hours a day, but staying away from TikTok, scrolling past the news. Sometimes there's a balance between being informed and being like just in a downward spiral of negativity. What was the last thing you were influenced by? Oh, that's a good one. Probably like the biggest thing was that Dubai chocolate bar. If you know, you know. If you don't worry about it. It's just on TikTok. It's a chocolate bar with like, what is it? It's called like kanafi or something, and pistachio filling. It's absolutely delicious and absolutely ridiculously overpriced. You like make your own chocolate bar. So I just saw that all over TikTok shop, and I finally just pulled the trigger, and now I've bought like 3 of them. Okay. You balance so much and your busy schedule. A full-time job, a buzzing social life. I literally just looked at the calendar and I have plans from now, like weekends, until the next weekend I'm free is June 7th. It's insane. A buzzing social life with friends and family, maintaining all of your social medias. What time do you wake up in the morning and go to bed at night to maintain all of this action and productivity? Love it. I go to bed pretty late. Usually I am a night owl, and I like having, like I'm stressed in the day and I need to be productive and get things done. And then after like 8 o'clock, that's like my time to just, the rest of the world doesn't exist. It's me and the phone and the TV or whatever. So I probably on average, it depends, like anywhere between like 11 and 1, probably usually like around 12 is my average time of when I go to bed. And I wake up anywhere between like 7:30 to like 8:30. I work from home, so I'm able to like sleep in or whatever a little bit. Sometimes I wake up at 5 in the morning and I'm awake for 2 hours and go back to bed and then get up at 9. Like, but I'd say like midnight to like 8 a.m. is probably my average. You do not have to go to sleep early and get up at 5 a.m. to be productive, and the people that tell you that are annoying. Next, did you ever wish for more siblings growing up? No, me and my sister were always close and had a good relationship, and I don't know, I didn't really know anyone with like a ton of siblings. I think it's nice when people have a lot of siblings, but yeah. Do you and Tony have any more fun trips planned? I think you guys all know by now. We're going to Turks and Caicos in May, so I'm very excited about that. Although I think it'll start to feel more real once we get farther into April, because we usually travel around now, end of March, for our dating / and wedding anniversary, but we weren't able to do that this year, so we had to push it to May. So how do you prioritize self-care outside of being a wife and friend / sister, work, etc.? I prioritize it by just having my own time for me. If I'm gonna be so honest, it's not hard for me to prioritize self-care, and self-care can mean a lot of things. It can mean chill and calm and productive and relaxed, then nobody else is really gonna get shit out of me. So that's kind of how I prioritize it. What advice would you give to someone who is wanting to move states for a job opportunity and that's young? Go for it. Weigh your options, right? Like, was moving something that you were ever considering before this job opportunity, or did this come out of the blue and you thought you'd never move and like, don't do it solely for the job unless you are like 10,000% committed to work and like that is like your main thing in life and like it has to be like a somewhat decent like destination. And are you wanting, like, would you be open to moving and having that adventure, or is it like if it's just for the job, just to like get a job offer, don't do that, because there's a lot more life outside of your job. But if it's something where you're like, oh fuck it, maybe I could do that and it could be fun and I could do it for a few months or a little while or whatever, when you're young is the time to do that. I personally wouldn't move states. I've talked about this. New York is probably where I would go. I wouldn't go like across the country or anything, but if you got nothing going on and you're like, I'm over this, do it. Which of the videos you've created are you the most proud of? Well, that's a really good question. Honestly, I'm most proud of my vlogs. The vlogs that are on my website. I'm not like saying this to try to like sell my vlog here on my website. It's just honest, because they are a video diary of my life, because I spend a lot of time trying to get footage of the fun and exciting but also realistic and mundane things that are happening to me and things that I'm doing, and then having a professional editor like pull that all together, and the product, the actual output of my vlogs, from the thumbnails and the story and the humor and everything, and they're like a 30-minute thing. I love my vlogs. Play them at my funeral. Like, that's what I'm most proud of and have the most, like, get the most satisfaction when I see, even on like TikTok and stuff, I'll do like mini baby vlogs and I don't get them edited, I just do them myself. But those are my favorite, like, output wise. In a dream scenario, how many kids would you want? Do not answer this if it makes you even the tiniest bit uncomfortable or if it's too personal and nosy. You're sweet, Hannah. I appreciate you saying that. It's okay. People in life are going to ask me that. I can't avoid that. But I can choose, to answer the question or not. So I appreciate you saying that. You're allowed to be curious. Dream scenario. The dream scenario is that I'm extremely wealthy. Science happens and I can grow my baby overnight and then not have to push them out. If you could just like snap your fingers and have a baby in front of you and have all the money and resources in the world, take care for it. certain things by yourself, like going and taking a walk, going to the movies, like going shopping, going to a museum, like that I would totally do by myself. But I also think that if I really had like no friends, I don't even know, would I go on like Bumble BFF? I probably would. I'd probably go on Bumble BFF. I'd probably like go out, maybe to the bar, like solo and sit at the bar for a drink or two and see if I could meet people. I don't even know. I might like look into see what my city has. Like, I feel like a lot of people are making now these like singles groups for like people more like young people. Like, I feel like they have a ton of those for like people in their 50s and 60s, 70s, but they have like happy hour events and things for single people or just people like looking to get out in your city, like walk-in clubs. There's like things like that. Like, that's what I would do. I would probably do that first over like Bumble BFF. Yeah, I like just thought through this in real time. If you could live as someone else for a day, who would it be and why? Oh my god, one of the Kardashians. Hell yeah, one of the Kardashians. I would just be so curious of like what it's like to be that level of fame and glamour and walk around their houses and have my makeup and hair done just to like sit in my living room and film Kardashian. Like, oh my god, totally one of the Kardashians. Probably Kim. Khloe's my favorite, but I feel like Kim has the most busy life. How do you do time management? By setting realistic goals and making sure you do set those goals. Sometimes I work better like under pressure. And if I set specific goals for myself and have specific to-dos on certain days, and I kind of take those as like my Bible, and do my best to get those things done. I also will kind of sit and think, not in a formal way or like a weird way where you roll your eyes, like those guys you see. I wake up every morning at 5 a.m. I sit down and I journal and I make a check. Like, no. When I'm like rolling out of bed, I might sit there and think like, okay, like I might look at my calendar and be thinking like, what do I need to do today? Like, think through like, and you could, maybe having a visual list would help you if it was like something that you just looked at, like a PDF each day of like your general like house chores that you might have to do. And so just even looking at it, like, okay, I need to add that to the list. Grocery shopping, make a TikTok, do a load of laundry, like going out for drinks. Like, I kind of put together in my head what I have to do for that day as I'm getting up. And then I also listen to myself, and on days where I'm feeling really just like shitty and low energy, I kind of accept that and let myself be in that low energy, because then the next day I'm gonna feel really inspired to move. Like today, for example, I feel like I've been pretty productive. What's the last ASMR video you watched? Oh, I love that question. Oh my god, the last, you'll never guess this in a million years. You would never ever guess in a million years. The last ASMR video I watched was, it's something like an Ollivander's wand shop roleplay by Alex O, as Alex and then space AU, Alex O ASMR. He is a creator who does not post anymore, but he used to do so many whispered rambles, like soft spoken. Oh, not whispered, soft spoken. And he had such a calming presence to him, and I loved his videos. So you can find him. You can find that video. Would you ever think I'm watching like wand shopping roleplays? Something about that video, so relaxing to me, and that creator specifically. So that is the last ASMR video I watched. Okay. that. You are your most stunning, although you can continue to get even more stunning, you know, whatever, like from 21 to 29, like you definitely have a glow up. It's the best. I mean, girl, just nothing to even be sad about. I mean, it's just the best. How did you deal with the bullying in the ASMR community? Back when that creator, blah blah blah, OnlyFans review, blah blah blah. I regularly think about it, and I think of how unfair those bigger ASMRs treat you. How did it affect you? Do you have any anxiety about it in the present day? Oh my god, no. No anxiety about it in the present day. I was very anxious and freaked out about it, like when it happened, because I was such a small creator and never dealt with like a shitstorm of hate before, or really that much attention in general. And so for 4 minutes I was like, whoa. I was like, I get why people want to like quit the internet, because fuck this, like I did not sign up for this, and like I don't even know these people, like this is crazy. Like I mean, I just had some anxiety over it for a little while, and then it went away. So, you know, just time and space, baby. Whenever you are having anxiety, think about time and space. The further you can be like, I'll never get over this, you will. The further you get away from it, the more time is put between, the more space between you and the situation, it just gets smaller. It's just the monster becomes a smaller monster. I mean, yeah, so I don't know. It's just so, I don't even know. I don't care about that now at all. Do you get offended when people ask you about having kids, since you're not focused on that right now? I used to get so annoyed when I was younger. People would ask me about having a boyfriend like it was the end all be all. I don't get annoyed at strangers or like subscribers and things for asking, because I know the intention. They're just like you're just curious, and you know, it's like sweet that people are wondering, and because it's like a natural next step for a lot of people. I don't get offended. I get bothered when it comes from family members and friends, because these are people that know me in real life and like know what I'm doing and what I'm up to, and especially my husband's family like puts a lot of like pressure on that, and that does frustrate me. I think it's just the culture like of their family, like they just all have kids like very young and things like that, and it's like you literally don't know what someone's dealing with. Number one, what if they're trying and not able to, and you're just reminding them of that? Like, that's just, you know, not nice. And B, it's just like, who cares? I literally can never understand people caring if somebody else has a kid. Like, enjoy your kids, enjoy your life. Like I don't care if you have 47 kids or 0. So that's when I get frustrated, not offended, and I get over it, because I know that people's intentions are mostly good, but I wish that just society in general, but it is changing, so I'll give us credit. You know, it's becoming more normalized to not have kids, or have kids later, or not ask about it, and I'm glad to see that. I think for some people it's a natural next step. For others, there's different priorities, or they have trouble, or whatever the case. So, offended is not the right word. Annoyed depends on how you catch me that day. Depends on who it is. did not drink. We went out the night before, and we just watched the Super Bowl at my house. So, and it was a Sunday, and like I had work the next day, so I did not actually drink at all. And I did not end up going to the parade because my dad was having surgery that day, and I had to bring him. So I did not party for the Eagles, but it's fine. So